Interested in getting tickets to a concert or sporting event? Use SeatGeek and get $20 off on your next purchase with promo code OBERSPORTS. That's OBERSPORTS, OBERSPORTS. What's going on, guys? Jacob Ober here. Got some more Aaron Rodgers news to talk about with you guys today. I'll try to keep this video a little bit shorter because I did already talk about Rodgers once today. This video is kind of a follow-up to that video, but essentially, it was reported a few hours ago from Adam Schefter, and I know he's not the most reliable reporter, but a lot of guys have backed this up, including Ian Rappaport. Essentially, the Packers and Rodgers, things have been frosty all offseason. We all know that. But recently, things have cooled off a bit between the two parties. And the Packers and Rodgers are working towards or have come close to a deal that keeps Rodgers in Green Bay for one more year this season, 2021. And then after this season, either the Packers have the ability to trade him or Rodgers reevaluates and says, you know, I want to stay here. Essentially giving Aaron Rodgers control over who he plays for next season, which is essentially, I think, what he wants. Rodgers, in essence, he wants control over his future, and that's kind of something that he didn't feel like he was getting because the Packers, you know, they drafted Jordan Love, right? And they didn't tell him about it, and, you know, the way that the Packers just kind of move on from players probably doesn't sit right with Rodgers. I mean, he's seen a lot of his favorite guys, his buddies, go, you know, out the door for newer, younger talent. So I assume that that's probably a factor in why Rodgers was so irritated with the organization and has been for the last couple seasons. But essentially, you know, I mean, the Packers, I think the Packers won this, and I think Rodgers won it too. I mean, Rodgers got what he wanted. He got the freedom to choose where he wants to play. Or maybe not choose, but the freedom to decide whether or not he stays in Green Bay after this season. And he, you know, gets the Packers to give in to some of his ideas for changes in the organization. You know, maybe being more involved and telling the players what's going on, especially him. And the Packers get an MVP caliber player to go on their championship level roster for one more season. And after the season, they have the ability to, you know, work with him and see if they can come to an arrangement where he stays even longer. And Rodgers comes to training camp. I believe he's on his way to training camp right now because they said his flight left from L.A. en route to Green Bay earlier today. So, I mean, you know, they avoid the whole media firestorm that probably would have happened if he didn't show up tomorrow. And it looks like he is going to show up tomorrow, so that's a win. Essentially, I really feel like everybody wins in this scenario. You know, this is kind of a win-win, you know, and it's a win for the fans, too, because the fans get to see Aaron Rodgers play in Green Bay for one more season at minimum. And, of course, there's always the opportunity, the chance that Aaron Rodgers gets to play here even longer. So, you know, some people might look at this and say, you know, well, it's not really a win for the Packers because you're only keeping Rodgers for one more year. But at the same time, it's like the Packers have a guy who they believe in to be the replacement after Rodgers, and that's Jordan Love. So if things are still not going well after this season and they decide to trade Rodgers away, they're going to get a lot of picks probably in return, maybe some good young talent, and they're going to have their guy next season. And they're going to have a lot of these other guys too, these talented players under contract for the next few seasons as well. You know, David Bakhtiari, Jair Alexander, hopefully they can get an extension for him. Darnell Savage, Adrian Amos, Zadarius Smith. I mean, there's Aaron Jones, too, A.J. Dillon, you know, I mean, there's a lot of guys on this roster that are going to be here for at least a few more seasons. So, in the event that Aaron Rodgers does leave, you're going to be getting a significant return in, from whoever you trade Rodgers to. Hopefully, someone in the AFC or that the Packers aren't playing, because I don't want to have to see Aaron Rodgers play my team twice a year like I did with Favre and the Vikings. But you know, I imagine that they probably won't trade him to any NFC rival. I could not imagine them doing that. They wouldn't screw that up like that again. But, I mean, yeah, essentially, the Packers, I think, either any way you look at this, you know, they either get Rodgers for however much longer he wants, or they go to Jordan Love with a talented roster around him next season. And they get another season of Aaron Rodgers to get him a ring, too. So, really, I think everybody involved in this wins. So, this is about as good as I could possibly see this situation turning out. I'm glad that things are really thawing out between Rodgers and the organization. Obviously, I still think that he's probably disgruntled with them, but at the same time, he wants to play for his team. He wants to play for his teammates. He wants to win a ring. I'm sure he loves playing in front of that Lambeau crowd, which is going to be back this season at full capacity. Now that COVID-19 is lesser than it was last season. I don't really know. I mean, numbers are kind of going up right now, but hopefully we can still have a full stadium this fall. But we'll see what happens there. But I mean, playing in front of the fans at Lambeau, it's an experience probably unlike anything other. And of course, Rodgers loves Green Bay, and we'll see what happens after this season. But at the very minimum, we get an MVP, a three-time MVP back for one more season with a talented roster, a great head coach around him, and one more shot at a ring, at minimum. So, got to be happy about that, man. So, anyways, guys, that's all I got to say in this video, really. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention, Adam Schefter did report that this Rodgers news was good news for the Packers and Davante Adams as well, because now apparently Adams was waiting for Rodgers news to continue contract talks, and recently contract talks have been broken off between Adams and the Packers front office. Adams is under contract for one more year this season with Green Bay, so, the Packers could re-sign Davante Adams in the near future, and it could be because of this news. So that's very good as well, because I want Davante Adams on this team as long as possible as well. So, but if it is his last year here too, then I mean, you're still getting maybe the best receiver in the league back too for one more year, one more shot at everything. So that's all you can ask for at this point. We have the roster to do it. We have the roster to do it this year, and what a finish in Green Bay it would be if Rodgers won it this year and then moved on, retired, whatever. That elusive second Super Bowl, it's been so close so many times, but maybe this is the year. So, anyways, guys, like I said, that's all I got to say in this video. So, in the meantime, guys, though, leave a comment in the comment section below your thoughts on this situation. Are you glad that Rodgers is coming back? Do you think he'll be back for longer after this season? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Pack, go.